You work hard. You try to stay focused. You've read the books, made the lists, downloaded the apps, watched the motivational videos. You want success. Badly. But still, you're not there. You're not where you thought you'd be by now. And it's slowly killing your confidence. You scroll through social media, seeing other people rise. People your age. People younger. And something inside you whispers, "What's wrong with me?" The truth? Nothing's wrong with you. But you've been lied to. Not directly, not maliciously, but you've been raised on a broken model of success. Let's break it down. Lie number 1. If you work hard, you'll make it. Sounds fair, right? Put in the effort, get the reward. But in the real world, effort doesn't always equal outcome. Because it's not just about how hard you work. It's about where you apply that work. You can spend 5 years grinding in the wrong direction and wake up burnout, broke, and bitter. Working hard digging a hole in the wrong place won't get you gold. It'll just get you deeper in the dirt. And most people? They're digging as hard as they can, but never question if they're even in the right spot. Lie number 2. Stay positive, and good things will happen. This one sounds harmless. Optimism is healthy, right? Yes, to a point. But constant positivity can become a drug. A way to avoid looking at the real problem. You're not stuck because you don't believe enough. You're stuck because you're doing the same things, over and over, expecting something to magically change. Positivity isn't a strategy. It's a mood. Success needs a system. A method. A process. A blueprint. Not just good vibes. Lie number 3. You need more motivation. How many times have you told yourself, "I just need to get motivated"? Here's the brutal truth. You don't need more motivation. You need more discipline. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the firewood. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is boring. But it's what works. Think about this. How often do you wait to feel ready before doing the thing you know you need to do? That's your trap. Winners act without feeling ready. That's what separates them. Now let's talk about the real reason you're still not successful. It's not that you're lazy. It's not that you're stupid. It's not that the world is unfair. It's this. You keep restarting from zero. You jump from one plan to another. One routine to the next. One goal, one app, one habit tracker. Every time something feels slow or uncomfortable, you switch. You chase the feeling of progress instead of actual progress. And that's why nothing compounds. Because progress is boring. Real growth is invisible at first. It's you showing up day after day, with no results, and still doing it anyway. That's the secret nobody wants to hear. Let me tell you something that changes lives. Success is a lagging indicator. You don't get rewarded immediately. You get rewarded later. After. Quietly. Unexpectedly. You go to the gym for 30 days. No changes. You study for weeks. Still confused. You post content for months. No views. Then, one day, boom. It hits. All at once. From the outside, it looks like you blew up overnight. But you know better. It wasn't one lucky moment. It was the 100 invisible days before that. And guess what? Most people quit right before that day comes. They don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they're impatient. Here's another truth bomb. You're not overwhelmed because life is hard. You're overwhelmed because you keep negotiating with yourself. You tell yourself, "I'll start tomorrow. I'll just take one more day off. I'll do it later when I feel better." But every negotiation you make with procrastination is a tiny surrender. And it adds up. Success isn't one big win. It's 1,000 small wins stacked over time. And procrastination robs you of every single one of them. So what do? How do you break out? You stop playing the short game. You stop chasing instant results. You stop needing everything to feel good or exciting. And you start doing the boring work consistently. Because boring work compounds. Boring wins build real confidence. Boring action beats exciting inaction. Every single time. Let's go deeper. Because if you've made it this far, you're not here to feel good. You're here to hear the truth. Even if it stings. And here it is. Success isn't about outcomes. It's about inputs. Most people obsess over what they get. More money. More followers. More recognition. But winners obsess over what they do. While others are counting results, they're counting reps. While others are chasing validation, they're tracking effort. While others quit after one failed post, they're writing the next one. They know something most people don't. You can't control the outcome, but you can control how many swings you take. That's how progress happens. You measure your actions, not your rewards. Because you can't force success. But you can create the conditions where success becomes inevitable. Let's talk about why people avoid this mindset. It's because they're addicted to something else. Perfection. You don't start because it's not the right time. You don't post because the lighting wasn't perfect. You don't apply because your resume isn't perfect. But let me ask you, where has perfect gotten you? Perfectionism is fear in disguise. Fear of being seen. Fear of being judged. Fear of trying and still failing. So instead you stall, you polish, you tinker, and you tell yourself, I'm just being careful. No, you're hiding. You're building sandcastles on the shore, waiting for the waves to stop. They never will. You either act or you disappear into the fog of almost. Now listen carefully. You only need one thing. Not 10 projects. Not 5 backup plans. Not a list of 100 goals. You need one mission. One direction. One purpose to point all your energy at. Let me ask you, what would happen if you gave one thing your full attention for the next 6 months? Not kind of. Not halfway. Fully. No switching lanes. No checking if it's working every 3 days. Just doing the work, every day, like your life depends on it. Because maybe it does. What's scarier? Failing at one thing you gave your all? Or living your whole life not knowing what you're capable of because you were too distracted? That's the real risk. Not failure. But never finding out who you could have been. Now let's break the strategy down. 1. Pick one thing. Something you care about. Something that has leverage. Something that builds momentum. One goal. One skill. One business. One transformation. 2. Set a 6-month no-switch rule. No jumping. No changing. No second guessing. 6 months of focused, boring, consistent action. 3. Track your inputs daily. Not how many likes. Not how much money. Not what people say. Track how many days you showed up. How many hours you practiced. How many reps you logged. 4. Create a visual tracker. Put it on your wall. Mark every day you do the work. Because when you can see your streak, you'll want to protect it. 5. Accept the dip. There will be a dip. The part where it feels like nothing's working. That's where most people quit. You won't. You'll keep going. And that's exactly why you'll win. Want an example? Let's say your goal is to become a full-time content creator. You don't need the best gear. You don't need a fancy setup. You don't need to go viral. You need to post 100 high-effort videos in 6 months. That's it. That's your system. One video every 2 days. No overthinking. No second guessing. Just learn, post, repeat. By the end of it, you'll be 100x better. You'll have a real audience. And maybe, you'll be exactly where you dreamed of. Not because you got lucky, but because you finally stopped waiting for luck and started building leverage. Here's the final truth. Nobody is coming to save you. Not the algorithm. Not your parents. Not some magic breakthrough. It's just you. You and the next step. Success doesn't feel like a fireworks show. It feels like waking up early when no one cares. Like showing up when nobody's watching. Like doing the work with no applause. Until one day, the world notices. But by then, you won't even care about the praise. Because you already know who you are. And that's the shift no one talks about. The shift from seeking validation to seeking mastery. From chasing hype to building depth. From being seen to becoming solid. So now I'll ask again. What if you stopped chasing success and started creating it? Right now. With what you have. No more waiting. No more perfect timing. No more restarting from zero. Just you. The work. And the time it takes. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're just distracted. Fix your focus, and you'll fix your future. Let's talk about the people who actually make it. Not the ones who post flashy cars. Not the ones who fake results for clout. I'm talking about the ones who rise from nothing. The ones who stay quiet and let their work speak. The ones who earn it. Do you know what they all have in common? It's not talent. Not luck. Not money. It's this. They get tired of their own bullshit. They get sick of their own excuses. They get angry at their own patterns. They stop blaming, stop waiting, stop wishing, and they do something about it. They reach that breaking point where enough is enough. And that moment? That's when the shift happens. From, I hope things get better, to, I'm done being this version of me. Let me tell you a story. There was a guy